Alright guys, so I pushed the cabinets back in the garage. They're just going to sit there probably for a day or so, because right now I got to focus on the hardware of the speakers. So these are the old top hats, and then these are the new ones. Now I could not find these in black, so I'm going to be painting them. Again, these are the old, what held the top hats on, the old bolts. There's a black, and they were a screw. I tried out looking online, I couldn't find, so what I ended up doing was just going with this bolt here. Same thread, same length, but again, silver. So I'm going to be painting these black, and then these are the these are the old casters, and then these are the new casters. I'm not going to be painting these at all, but I'm just showing you, like, these have been in here a long time. So these are the new step casters. So I'm going to set up my workstation, and I'll see you in a bit. So I got my workstation set up here. I just took a 1x4, it's 4 feet long I think. I just cut holes, dropped the top hats in, smaller holes, got the screws in. I think I have 32 screws, 8 top hats, just a plastic sheet over my workbench, and I'm just going to spray paint them. Hopefully this works out. So while the top hats and those bolts are drying right now, the next thing I want to work on is the badges. So I wanted to keep the original badges, so like I said, you guys are seeing this in real time. So my idea is I'm going to spray paint this all black, and then when that dries, I'm going to try and get the emblem and the wording white. We're going to see if my little plan works out or not, because it's going to go here, and I want to try, you know, make it look as new as possible. But they are the original badges, so I'm just going to paint them, and we'll see how that works out. Got a car taken off. So my little plan did not work, and we're not going to show you that debacle. So I cleaned them up as best I can, and then now we're just going to be spray painting them all white. Okay, so now while the badges are drying, my next step is taking these apart. And the reason why I'm taking these apart is because I'm going to be changing things. So the speakers are going to be all black, sort of like what they were. But this is the grill, so this is coming off, and I'm putting white mesh here. And like I said, I wanted the badges painted black, but the lettering I want white. And this thing here, the inside and where you see it, I want this white. So I'm going to take it off, clean it up really good, and paint it. So stick around. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I'm going to take the other one apart, and then I'll be painting these. So now what I'm going to do is be painting the tweeter white. So I just need to paint this part here, inside. I'm not going to worry about this here. This is in the cabinet. But I'm also going to try and not going to cake it in, because, you know, the sun's got to come out. So hopefully when the tweeter's on and there's no light, you won't be able to see to the back of this. I cleaned them as good as I can, so I'm going to take them outside and we're going to paint now. Alright, so I'm going to paint now. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm just going to try and hold it, spin it in my hand, get the other side, spin it like that, and get the inside. So wish me luck. Alright, so while the tweeters are drying, they might need a second coat, I'm not sure, but we'll check those out after. So right now I'm going to try and take this cloth off, and I'm going to be putting on the new white cloth. So the way they have it done here is it's all just staples, but it seems like they have this, I don't know if it's leather or some sort of vinyl on the back side of the mesh. So I'm going to try and save this and see if it's see if I can use it when I put mine on. So like, I don't know the best way to do this. I don't want to wreck anything. So I think I'm just going to try and snap the staples. Yeah, it's not going to work. So I just peeled the tape back, and there's like, I don't even know how many staples are in. So this is going to take a very long time. I don't know if you can see this or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it just continues all the way around, I'm assuming. So instead of trying to dig this out and wrecking this wood, because again it's not very thick, maybe I'll just get an X-Acto knife, I'll cut the mesh and then slide mine over top and restaple mine. So I think I'm going to try that. So yeah, like I suspected, there's just loaded with staples. I'm not going to try and take those out because I'll end up losing patience and breaking this thing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut very long next to the staples, take it off and then wrap mine around. Then I'll staple mine to the back side here and cut to fit. Alright guys, so I'm at the point now where I'm going to start putting this mesh on, and this is not my forte. So this is going to be probably test my patience. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut, I'm going to fold over, I'm going to staple, and then end up using my X-Acto knife and cut this. I'm going to make sure it's nice and taut all the way around. And this is the best I'm going to do, the best I'm going to hope for, I guess. So I think I'm going to start in the middle. I'm using 3/8 staples. So maybe I could have used smaller staples, I guess. But on. There she is there. I am going to, now I got to trim all this on the inside here, so what I'm just going to do is come down the side of the Velcro, maybe cut it, I don't know what to do next. And then just cut along the staple. Well, I'll leave a little bit past the staple, but the next step here I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting the top of the top hats, because 4 of them, I'm not sure if you can see or not, when they slip into the cabinet here, the tip's going to be sticking up. So just the front 2 in each, so just the back ones are going to be the back covered by insulation. I'm not going to paint all 8 of them, but just going to paint 4 of them, so when they slide in, it'll be black. Alright, so what we're doing now is yesterday I put the Durtex on and 1 coat, and then I painted the cabinet. I didn't paint the bottom. So what I thought about overnight was I was going to paint it, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to put 2 coats of Durtex on the bottom. Not that they'll ever be road gear again, not while I own them, but just because if it's going to get banged up anywhere, it'll get banged up on the bottom. So I'm going to put 2 coats of Durtex on the bottom and then wait for them to dry. Alright, so while we're waiting for everything to dry, the top hats, the bottom of the speakers and those badges, I'm pretty much at the end right now, so it's reassembly time. So before I can reassemble anything though, because I'm waiting for stuff to dry, I do want to put these tweeters back together, just because I don't like them exposed. So we're going to put these back together, and then we're going to be waiting for everything to dry, and then the next video will be reassembly. Alright, I'll see you back for reassembly.